Welcome to day 6 from our 10-day Pranayama breathing technique challenge. Today we'll be focusing on Nadi Shodana, also known as alternate nostril breathing. Shodana in Sanskrit means purification, while Nadi means channels or flow. So together, Nadi Shodana is primarily aimed at clearing and purifying the subtle channels of the mind, body, organism, while balancing the masculine and feminine aspects of ourselves. It also helps create balance between both hemispheres in the brain. The left side is related to logic and is responsible for controlling the right side of our body, while the right side of our brain is responsible for tasks related to creativity and the arts and is responsible for the left side of our body. So it allows to bring fresh oxygen and accumulate fluidity throughout the body and clearing us from toxins. It also helps with releasing anxiety and stress and rejuvenate as well as calm the nervous system. Nadi Shodana also helps with balancing hormones and also allows for a supportive respiratory channel and releasing any respiratory issues or allergies. With this breath, we're also able to bring clarity to our mind, release any fogginess and alert our thinking process whilst enhancing concentration. So we'll start with finding a comfortable seated pose. You can sit on a mat, on a chair, or on your bed if you like. As long as your spine is lengthened and erect, take a moment to center yourself. Take a moment to tune into the present, perhaps closing your eyes, bringing your hands over your knees if you're cross-legged, or over your lap if you're sitting on your knees. And take a moment to tune into the present moment in gratitude by focusing on your breath. So as you're focusing on that inhalation and exhalation today, allow your thoughts to pass by and focus back on the breath. Again, as a thought passes by, acknowledge it, let it be, let it pass by, and focus back on that natural rhythm of your breath. Find some center, some grounding. Your breath starts to be a little bit slower. Inhalation, exhalation a little bit longer. Start to feel a little bit calmer, a little bit more focused, and tuned into the present, into your body and mind. When you're ready, we're going to slightly open our eyes. We're going to start by focusing on the technique of this breath first. So in the way that this breath is done is by inhaling and exhaling from both sides of your nostrils. And our body naturally does that, but sometimes it needs a little bit of an aid in order to refresh everything, reboot everything. So this is what we're doing with Nadi Shodana. We are resetting the natural breath rhythm and allowing to create that equilibrium and that harmonization in our mind, in our body, and of course in our soul. So the way that this is usually done, it includes a hand gesture. There's numerous ways to be done, but these are the two basic ways. We'll use our thumb and our index finger. This is the simplest form, by basically closing one nostril and then the other. So each finger is dedicated to each side of our nose, whilst the more advanced technique is using the thumb again over the right side of your nostril. The index and the middle finger go to the third eye space, which is the space between your eyebrows, whilst the ring finger and pinky go over the left side of your nose. So it's entirely a personal choice, so you can play around with both, see how that feels for you. We will start first by the simplest form, which is the thumb over the right side of your nostril and then the index finger over the left side of your nostril. And there is a pattern to this breath. The way that this is done is by closing the right side of your nose with the right thumb. We're going to release the air out through the left side of your nostril. And then we're going to inhale through the left. The breath is natural, flowing, and full. Then we're going to close it with the index finger. We're going to release the right nostril with our thumb, and we're going to exhale out through the right side. Then we're going to inhale through the right. We're going to close the right. We're going to exhale out through the left. And this is where we started in the beginning of our practice. So that is one round. Then we start again. Inhale through the left side. Close. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close. Exhale through the left. So we've already done 2 rounds. And it continues. Again, you can try about 5 to 10 rounds, depending on how you're feeling today. You can try with the simple form of hand gesture, or you can try the more advanced hand gesture. As long as the breath is fluid, it is flowing, it is continuous. It is really important to keep focused and concentrated on what you're doing, because sometimes it can get tricky and you can lose the rhythm. If you do so, no problem. Stop, take a pause, and start again. We always start by closing the right side first, exhaling the left, inhaling the left, and then closing. So we're going to try this for 5 rounds together. Again, take your time, use your own natural breath rhythm. If I'm going too fast or too slow, I'm just going to be here to guide you and to prompt you on what comes next. So we're going to start by finding our center, taking a moment one more time to tune in to your breath. Helps bring the concentration back again to where you want it to be. And preparing the rhythm of the breath. Inhalation, exhalation. When you're ready, we're going to bring the right thumb over the right nostril, and the index finger is going to just stay over the left nostril. With the next exhale, I'm going to release the air out of the left nostril and inhale through the left. I'm going to close the left side, open the right, exhale. Inhale the right, close, exhale the left. Inhale the left, close, exhale the right. Inhale the right, close, exhale the left. Inhale the left, close, exhale the right. Inhale the right, close, exhale the left. Inhale the left, close, exhale the right. Inhale the right, close, exhale the left. Inhale the left, close, exhale the right. Inhale the right, close, exhale the left. And very gently release your hand down back over your knee. Take a moment here to savor the breath, the energy, the clarity, the balance. When you're ready, you're going to open your eyes. So that would be a full round of 5 counts of the alternate nostril breathing. And again, it can be your choice on what gesture you use, whether it's the more basic one or the more advanced one. Now there's another addition to this breath, and that is by adding retention, both after the inhalation and after the exhalation. If you would like to try the retention, kumbhaka, you can try the inhalation first, and then hold, exhalation, then inhalation, hold, exhalation, inhalation, hold, exhalation. So you can try that first, see how that feels for you. you'll be using both hands over your nostrils to close your nose and to hold the breath in the top when you've inhaled. So maybe you're not ready for that. Maybe that makes you feel uncomfortable or it's a little bit strenuous for you. If that is the case, then it's not the time to do the retention, and that's okay. You're still learning, you're still in the process, so only with practice we can get there. If you feel like this is very confident for you, and then in time as you've been practicing, you can also add the retention after the exhalation. So the pattern would be inhalation, hold, exhalation, hold, inhalation, hold, exhalation, hold. So I will show the pattern, the first version with the retention in the top after the inhalation first. Then we'll take a pause and I'll show you the retention after the inhalation and after the exhalation. So if you would like to follow me with the retention. Otherwise, practice it as we previously did. Take a moment again to close your eyes, tune into the present, prepare your hand. Again, focus on that, bringing back that natural rhythm of your breath, concentration to the present, to what you're about to do. With the next exhale, release out through the left side. Inhale to the left. Hold. Exhale the right. Inhale the right. Hold. Exhale the left. Inhale the left. Hold. Exhale the right. Inhale the right. Hold. Exhale the left. Very gently release your hand. Take a moment here to savor what you've just created for yourself. Feel the energy, feel the balance, the harmonization, the release. Feel refreshed. So now when you're ready, if you'd like to join us, we're going to start with the inhalation, hold, exhalation, hold pattern. Allow yourself to get centered, focus on that natural breath one more time, and prepare your right thumb over your right side of your nose. With the next exhale, release over the left side. Inhale through the left. Close your nose and hold. Exhale the right. Hold the breath, close. Inhale through the right. Close and hold. Release, exhale the left. Close and hold. Inhale the left. Close and hold. Exhale the right. Close and hold. Inhale the right. Close and hold. Exhale the left. Release your hand back down again. Take a moment to come back to that natural breath. Take time for that energy to accumulate through the rest of your body as you've created that equilibrium. When you're ready, you can start opening your eyes. So that would be the retention part, both after the inhalation and exhalation. Of course, you'll notice that it's a little bit more perhaps challenging, and that's okay. It comes with practice. So start with the first version, which is without retention. The second version, when you feel comfortable and confident and you've been practicing for some time, with the retention at the top after the inhalation. And then when you're ready, inhalation, hold, exhalation, hold, and then continue. Now, when you are doing this breathing pattern, it is important, as I said in the beginning, to keep focused And a way to do that is similar to when we're doing the counting in our breath. And a good basic pattern would be to count as you inhale for 4. If you're doing the retention, you hold for 4. Without the retention, inhalation for 4, exhalation for 4. Inhalation 4 counts, exhalation 4 counts. And then the same thing with the retention. Inhalation for 4 counts, retention hold for 4 counts, exhale for 4 counts, and then you continue. It helps you create more focus and concentration, and allows you to continue with that fluid, flowing, continuous breath, rather than getting lost with how long did I keep that breath for or how long did I keep my inhalation for. So now you've got it more patterned, which is very important. You don't want to be inhaling too much on one side, exhaling too little on the other side. The whole point is to create equilibrium. Again, one more tip. If you want to take this one more notch up, you can include the yogic breath we practiced yesterday whilst doing this technique. So as you inhale and you count for 4 counts, you are utilizing the breath through the belly, through the ribs, through the chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. So it can be an incorporation of a number of techniques together. But as a starting point, start from the simplest form, inhaling, exhaling. So that's it for Nadi Shodana today. I hope you take time to practice. Please don't be upset if it doesn't work out in the first time. As with anything in life, without practice, there's no improvement. So if you get confused or lightheaded or dizzy, or you get even frustrated with this breath, take a pause. Let it be for a moment and come back to it when you're ready. So that's it for today. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow on day 7.